Ooh, the brain glitch no one warns you about. You can see the business that you want to build crystal clear, but you can't build it without betraying the business you currently have. Sound familiar? This is not confusion, and this is not an option A or B. Not a lack of clarity. You know what to do, but this is your instincts writing checks your infrastructure can't cash, and it's making you feel crazy. Let's talk about it. Here's what's happening to you right now. Your business is technically successful. Revenue's good, clients are happy, everything looks fine from the outside. Awesome. Lots of people don't have this. You do. But inside, you could feel like you're suffocating some days. And it's hard to say out loud because you should be proud and grateful of what you have, right? You're not burnt out. It's not because you're working too hard. It's because you're underused. Let me explain what I mean. Your instincts are saying, we're ready to build a spaceship. Your infrastructure of your business is like, we only budgeted for rollerblades. And that gap, that instinct to infrastructure gap, is where all high-performing entrepreneurs quietly start dying inside because we don't know what to do. We are underusing our genius to our implementation. Underuse is existential for smart people. It feels like grief with a plan and a spreadsheet. You're way too advanced for the system that you built and you can feel it, but you have no ability to be proud of that fact because it feels like something bad is happening. There's a gap between what you see and what you can build. And I know that you know what I'm talking about. I'm here to give you the words for what this feeling is that you can't put a finger on. So you can see the business that you want. You know exactly what it looks like, down to the brand colors. The positioning, the offer, the type of clients, the energy for you and them, the impact it will have. It is so clear that you can draw a blueprint and probably have multiple times, but you can't build it without changing what you're doing now, without dismantling the current business. And that feels terrifying. It feels reckless, it feels ungrateful, and it feels impossible. So instead, you stay exactly where you are, right? You keep running the thing that works, even though it's not working for you. It's killing your soul, it's killing your creativity, and it's boring the shit out of you, right? Because what if the new thing doesn't work? Valid fear. What if you blow it up and it fails? Isn't it better to stay successful in what you're doing and miserable instead of risking failure? Obviously, no. Obviously, we're not going to do that. When your instincts are ahead of your infrastructure, you'll feel out of place in your own success, which means it's not a zero-sum game. You won't stay like this. You may be fine now, but it doesn't last. Things start falling apart. Things start driving you crazy. You start getting jaded about customers. You start looking at your calendar and feeling very burdened. Your system is lagging behind your intelligence. It's not because you're ungrateful or flaky. Your brain knows it's ready for more. So how do most people respond? And why is that response a disaster? What most people do when they feel this gap is they downgrade their instinct. They shrink. They shove those ideas out of the way. They tell themselves, why do you always want something bigger? Why can't you be happy where you are? They start gnawing at their own voice with other people's voices. Your vision is too big. You're not ready yet. I can't do that. Maybe I'm just being greedy. Maybe I'm just being a chaotic creative. Probably my ego talking. Now, I'm not saying it's not, but egos are not consistent. Egos are all over the place. So this voice is your intelligence speaking. So what do? You get another certification. You tweak your existing offer. You may even build something new that matches the old energy, just so that you've got a little variety going on. And this is how your genius becomes, let's call it, domesticated. When mavericks domesticate themselves, we go into complacency. You had the vision, you feel the pull, and then you talked yourself right out of it. Crazy. But your infrastructure couldn't support it. It doesn't mean there's not a way out of this. Staying small, stay for even stuck, is not what you got into this for. 6 months later, you see someone else doing your idea, crushing it, and it's working, and they look fulfilled, and you do that. I knew that was going to work. And yeah, you did know it was going to work, but you didn't trust your instincts enough to build the bridge to get there. And that's what today is all about. You don't need to catch up to your instincts. You don't have to race everywhere, but we do have to start to build some bridges that help you see from where you are to where you want to get to and how to reverse engineer them. Here's the move. We are not blowing anything up. You don't need to burn it all down, and you don't need to start over. So we can put that fear aside. We are not breaking what works. But you do need some constructive disrespect for your current setup. You can be both grateful and objective at the same time. So constructive disrespect would look like, I don't hate what I built, but I refuse to let it define what I build next. So I can see that it works and I want more. Don't believe in either ors. It's this and. Think of it like a creative mutiny against your past self. You're not trashing who you were and what worked. You're just refusing to let that be the only version of you that ever exists. So you're going to evict anything that can't scale with your taste. So take what works with you and let's bring it to a bridge and where we go next. This is the important part. Knowing what it tastes like to you is knowing when something is no longer worthy of you, not from superiority, but from accuracy. Yeah, I'm good at that and I'm better at this. So if I don't pick, I'm going to end up doing what I do over and over again. You are allowed to outgrow it. It's not bad. It's just too small for who you are now. Like wearing shoes from 5 years ago. They were great then, but your feet may have changed. You may have worn down the soles. The laces are shredded. Stop trying to squeeze into them and make them feel like a brand new pair of shoes. So this week, I want you to upgrade one thing. And here's what I want you to do. I want you to pick one element of the current business that you have that feels too small for your instincts. I want you to put the judgment aside and all the stories and all the voices in your head and just choose one thing. It's not the whole thing. It's not a complete rebrand. And it's not a total business model overhaul. Just one thing. Here are some examples. So it could be the next new client you would want. It could be changing how someone books into your system. Does your calendar look like you're always hustling or moving for every client? Where can you remove some of the friction? Can you change how you open or close a container with a client? So does your onboarding feel right? How do you finish? Are you asking permission? Are you setting the tone? Change how you say no to a client that isn't a right fit. Are you still people pleasing? Are you protecting your energy? So we're talking micro moves that make a massive difference to your identity into the next level of your business. So if you can say, for example, change the onboarding to match the altitude you want to be at and that you actually operate from, you then can see where growth can be. Does it signal, oh, thank God you chose me, I needed you this month, or I'm the obvious choice for you, let's start strong. So if you can change any of these small things, then you will actually see the next version of yourself and not be running on the same autopilot of, I do it like this, I deliver it like this, I offer it like this, I sell it like that, and then you don't see any movement. So we're not doing a makeover, we're correcting a signal. When your instincts are ahead of the infrastructure, like we've been talking about, you can scale. You can signal though. You're not trying to change everything at once. You're sending a signal first to yourself and then to your market. My creativity has moved. My language has moved. I'm upgrading. I'm updating. So you want to update their expectations of you because you are no longer over there. You are not the beginner person anymore. One shift, one upgrade, one recalibration, and suddenly the gap starts to close and there's a bridge for you to play in. You're not behind. You're just waiting for your business to catch up to your accuracy. Let me say that again because it's really important. You're not behind, you're not lost, and you're not confused. You're just waiting for your business to catch up to the accuracy of what you can see next, and you haven't yet built it. Your instincts are right. The vision is real. That spaceship is possible, even if you want to roll on in rollerblades. You just need to stop asking those rollerblades to get you to the spaceship. Hope this was helpful. Stop waiting, start signaling, and I'll meet you here next week. Don't forget to subscribe.